Welcome, everyone, to a very special episode of Reviews entitled Movie Reviews with Dre, aka Dre Dubs, aka the best producer in the business. How you feeling?
I'm feeling tired.
Tired. Tired's good. That happens. That's what happens when you're out here hitting the streets.
Got to push through though. Got to push through the pain, push through the tiredness.
Yes, indeed. So, on this very first episode, if you will, of this extension segment of a movie reviews here, we're going to be doing Project Power. Good times. Project Power, if you don't know, starring Jamie Foxx, Netflix original. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is in it too, but all in all, we're here for Jamie Foxx. His name is you see his face, and you're like, oh, what's this, Jamie Foxx? Yeah. So I was like, but it had been in production for a while. We knew it was coming, so I was like, oh, okay, so that drops. It ended up dropping. It was August 14th. It hit Netflix. I believe it was August 14th, if I'm not mistaken. And we're just going to give you guys a quick rundown before we get into spoiler territory. We're going to give you a quick rundown of kind of how the movie goes plot-wise, what you should expect, and kind of how we feel about it, if you should watch it. I'm sure we'll have some opinions that are kind of against the grain from what I've seen about how people have felt about this movie, but, we'll see. The baseline premise is, in this world, it exists where you can take a pill that unlocks a power of some sort within you for 5 minutes. That's the basic premise. That's the whole blueprint for the movie. There's things happening within that, people trying to acquire power, acquire more, the kind of cliche kind of thing where somebody wants to buy more. They want to buy these up. They want to market these. They want to mass produce them, fairly cliche type of stuff, I would say, plot line wise. Right. I just think it's a cool premise though, versus what you would usually see where it's like villains trying to buy up a bunch of guns or they're trying to buy a bunch of drugs, like cliche drugs, if you will.
Right.
But because this is kind of like a drug, if you will, but it's unique, because it's powers. They're capturing the the zeitgeist of superheroes, everything. Marvel is big, DC is big, so they're trying to capture that. So how did you feel about this movie?
So do you want me to give my rating for it right now?
No, just give me no. We'll get into that a little later. But
all right. So I'll just start off. I enjoyed the movie.
Same, agreed.
From beginning to end, I enjoyed the movie.
I think it was paced well.
Yes. There were, because even at times I almost, and we'll get to it in the spoiler section, but there were even times when the movie was going on and I was like, well, how did they know to do that? Or how did this? And then it would be explained right after I asked that question. I'd be like, okay, good. And that's my biggest thing with movies. If you're
don't
going
just
to
throw things at me and not explain it.
Like, it's fine if it's like a common sense type deal. Obviously, you can throw that type of stuff. But if it's like a skill or something that you don't think that person should know, or it's not something the average person would know how to do and whatnot, then you need to explain like how they got that skill, how they learned it, all that kind of stuff. So they did a good job with that. Even though Jamie Foxx is the big name, I think they did a great job at not having the movie centered around him.
Yes.
So, they did a good job of doing, having him feature, having Joseph Gordon-Levitt feature, having, what's her name? Dominique Fishback, I believe that's her name.
Correct.
Having her featured. So,
they all pretty much, she was really the main feature.
Right.
Like, honestly, like Jamie's there, but like she is in majority of the scenes.
Mm-hmm. So I think they did a great job with that. It's not that typical Netflix movie where, granted, you do have big names in the terms of Jamie Foxx and Joseph Gordon-Levitt, but they didn't go overboard with like the
No.
big names and the big stars. Like there are a couple of people who I knew, and there are a couple of people I had no clue who they were.
Right. There are some people in there that you're like, oh, I know who that is. I don't know their name, but yeah, I've
Right.
seen them before.
But the plot of the movie, I think it was very well. Like you said, with the superhero aspect of it, I'm not sure if this is a completely original idea or if this is like derived from a comic book,
Who knows
or
anymore?
anything like that. But I think they did a great job, following the plot, going along with the type of story. And I'm saving a lot of what I really want
Oh
to
yeah, of
say
course.
for the spoiler
Yeah, we're
section.
we're, we're
But
gonna be getting into that soon. Don't worry.
but but all in all, it's a great movie. I've seen it multiple times.
Oh, have you?
Yes.
Okay. Wow. All right.
So I think so. And I'm not saying every movie that I see multiple times is a good movie.
No.
But this is a good movie, that you should definitely, if you have a Netflix subscription, you should definitely check it out. If you don't have a
And
Netflix subscription, get someone's account and
yeah,
watch it,
everybody does that.
or get your own subscription
Yeah.
if you don't have
Come
any
on.
friends.
Come
Which,
on.
hey,
Let's
it's
get on board here.
like
If you
it's
don't have Netflix, what are you doing with your life?
if you don't have Netflix, or
Learn
if
to
you don't
compare
know
it.
someone with Netflix, you live under a rock. Like,
Yeah, come on. That's like a prerequisite to everything right now. It's like most people assume everybody at least has a Netflix subscription.
right.
You might not have the whole outline, the kit and caboodle. Oh, I got Netflix, Hulu,
Yeah, you
Disney,
might not have
this,
Hulu, you
that,
might not have Disney
Hulu,
Plus, you
like
might not have Amazon, but
Peacock.
everyone's got Netflix. Like,
Yes, we all got all that stuff, but everybody, come on,
right.
Netflix is a bare minimum here. That's like the baseline. But I agree. I do recommend this movie. Check it out. I think it's really good. I think it's really good if you like action. If you like, now it's not like a nonstop action fest.
It's not a Michael Bay action film.
No, this is not. There's not just random things blowing up for no reason. We're not doing a lot of that. But it's good. It's paced well. The action's good. I would say the acting is good. Like I said, the plot line is probably a little cliche. It's cliche with a twist, right? But it's cool. It's fun. It's at the very least, it's a fun watch. I definitely, like I said, I would definitely give this a recommend to go watch. I don't think you'll be like, you'll be done and feel like you wasted 2 hours watching, because I think it clocks in at like an hour 53 minutes.
Yeah, almost 2 hours.
Almost 2 hours. So you won't feel like you've wasted time watching this movie, because like I said, it is paced well, and I think it does enough to keep you engaged throughout that whole almost 2 hours.